Welcome to the Playground Talks podcast, a podcast for busy parents who want to own their parenting style and develop a stronger sense of how to handle challenging situations. I am Tamia Friat, your host and a mother of three. In this podcast, I will interview psychologists, practitioners, behavioral therapists, teachers, and other experts about topics that bother all of us as parents, so you can get both the parenting principles and practical aspects that resonate with you, give you confidence and joy. Hey, before wrapping up the season, I'm so excited to share with you that I am starting to create free downloads as an additional resource for you. And the first one is Chores by Edge for kids 2 to 10 plus years old. You can find the link on the show notes. And now let's wrap up the season. So season 1 had 2 pillars. The first was boundaries, and the second was reinforcement strategies. So for the boundaries pillar, we had 2 episodes. Episode number 6 with Brianna, a marriage and family therapist that shared her unique perspective around boundaries. She says a boundary is a way to set expectation of what you want and need between you and the people around you, which include your kids. So episode 6 is focused on why setting boundaries is so important. In addition to that, in episode 10, Dr. Downton explained the 6 types of personal boundaries. And so we have those 2 episodes covering boundaries. For the second pillar, which is how to reinforce the behavior you want to see in your child, we have also 2 episodes, 4 and 5. In episode 4, Mauricio Fairley tells us what are the reasons for children meltdowns or tantrums. And both episode 4 and 5 covers the strategies you can use to reinforce the desired behaviors. The reason I started this podcast actually is because I discovered those tools and I found them so helpful that I felt like there is no way I keep it to myself. I think as many parents need to hear that and use those. So if you haven't gotten the chance, I highly recommend for you. Those are must episodes. Go ahead and listen to episode 4, 5, 6, and 10 and tell me what's your favorite episode. In the next season, we're continuing to cover 2 other pillars, which are resilience and habits. We'll dive into what resilience even means. For example, if my 2-year-old is crying because he fell, does it mean that he has no resilience? And we'll also talk about how to help your child to develop a resilience. We'll also cover habits. We'll talk about what's the difference between habit and routine and how to establish those healthy habits. So stay tuned as the new season will be up in 2 weeks. And don't forget to grab your free download and please rate this podcast so it will get more traffic. This way you can help to spread those tools to more parents. As always, treat yourself and your kids with compassion and curiosity. Bye!